Hello and welcome to the Advanced Age Role Playing Gamers podcast. I'm Nathan, and we're coming to you from Gen Con 2024 with another Silver Alert. This is the joke where you're supposed to laugh.
I've had silver hair since I was 17.
Laugh. Okay. All right. See, they're great. They're playing along with. But we are here with Paizo. We've got Luis Lorza. And what's your role with Paizo?
I am creative director of Pathfinder.
Creative director of Pathfinder, and we've got the newly promoted Thurston Hillman here with us. And what's your new role?
I am the associate publisher at Paizo.
All right, so we talked to them last year. We got them separate now. We've got them both at once here. So there's a lot of new things going on with Paizo. The new core book for the players. Yeah. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. Player Core 2 is our latest remastered release. It's our updated version of the rules, and it features 8 new to the remaster, 8 updated classes to kind of complete the original set that we had from the core rulebook and the advanced player's guide earlier in the edition. So it gives you a lot of new class options, a lot of new archetypes. There's over 40 archetypes, just a lot of new stuff for any player that's looking to get into Pathfinder or has been playing for a while.
So what was your favorite piece about this new book?
We have a new Versatile Heritage, which is basically an ancestry option that any ancestry can take. You can be human, dwarf, elf, whatever, and take this new Dragon Blood option, which represents you having some kind of draconic connection. You might have had a dragon forebear, you might have been given a gift, you might have just been blessed by a dragon god, and now you have draconic features. You might look like a full-on walking living dragon, you might just have horns and a tail, but regardless, you have access to this draconic power and can tap into things like, unleashing a fire breath or eventually learning how to fly and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, flying is always like a difficult thing in TTRPGs. How are you guys handling the keeping that balance in there and giving the players the option to fly?
We just said, you know what, let them fly. Let's let them take off. So, you have to get a little bit into your adventuring career, but once you've done it, you've kind of earned it. You're a dragon. Why shouldn't you be able to fly?
Okay. I like that answer. Screw balance. Just let's have some fun. Let's roll some dice.
Starfinder goes further with it. We just have ancestries that fly innately because apparently in the future everyone has guns, so that balancing factor is even less in Starfinder.
My first Starfinder game, I played Strix, and it was fun to fly because I caused my cameraman there, Matt, all kinds of trouble from being able to cause mischief from at distance and out of reach. So Thurston, what does this new role for you entail at Paizo?
Yeah, so I work now really closely with our publisher, Eric Mona, in making sure that, we kind of chart the direction for the Pathfinder, Starfinder, and just Paizo brands in general. So I'm working really closely with those teams. In the interim, I'm kind of still guiding some of Starfinder as we figure out where that team's going to end up in the management structure. But really, I'm sort of there to understudy Eric, who has been our publisher for quite some time, learn all of the secrets there, but also act as a bit of a backup for him and really help these brands, these many brands we have, kind of into the future, right? So making sure that all of the staff get support, whether it's our directors, our managers, our developers, our designers, just making sure that people have the resources that they need.
Okay, that's great. So. Talking about Starfinder, Matt and I are doing the new playtest tomorrow morning.
Yep.
So we're really excited to try that out. Can you tell us a little bit about the new playtest?
Yeah, so here at the show, we're releasing the playtest rulebook. That's 224, 26-page softcover book that has, 6 new classes, over 10 ancestries, over 90 spells in it. These are all things that now are fully compatible with Pathfinder. With the new edition of Starfinder, we made it so the games are fully compatible. Now, as I talked about with the flying thing, there's a little bit of a difference in balance, but that's because these games exist in different states. But that won't stop a GM from taking a monster from Starfinder, dropping it into Pathfinder, or vice versa, or even playing some of the 6 new classes we have in a Pathfinder game. Some of that works really, really well with some of the classes, like the Envoy or the Solarian. They play really well into the game state.
So what are the new classes that you're...
So we have the Envoy, the Mystic, the Operative, the Soldier, the Witch Warper, and the Solarian. Each of them kind of fills a different niche. The soldier's sort of an area of effects, come in guns blasting. The Solarian is like a stellar knight that can manifest like special weapons and has a connection with stars. The Mystic is kind of a new type of spellcaster that has essentially like a pool of hit points that they can shoot out to people. So a lot of different sort of approaches to class design.
So when is the Technomancer getting some love?
So at our keynote, we just announced that the Technomancer and the Mechanic will be getting a playtest in early 2025. So right after the playtest window for this book, we're actually going to do a follow-up that's going to have 2 classes with the Technomancer and the Mechanic. So that way, when the book, the player core comes out next year for Starfinder, you'll have those classes available. They'll be in a playtest form, but they'll still be available for people who love those classes and want to keep playing them.
Okay, that's great. So happy to hear that. Are there any things in particular that you really love that you're excited for folks to see in the playtest?
Oh gosh, so many. I know, one of our developers, Dustin Knight, is really excited for a lot of the new skill feats we put in there. We got to do some really fun stuff in the future. Like there's a 15th level skill feat called Master Troll, where you can just like digitally troll someone and make it harder for them to find out about you or make it harder for them to do social things. Just all that sort of stuff. One of the other things I'm really excited is just how people mix the chocolate and the peanut butter. Like, what weird things are we going to see? Like, I played a Solarian with a swashbuckler archetype put on. And, like, that's the kind of stuff that, only unleashing it to a mass of gamers will really get that testing that we need.
Yeah, I think once you release it in the wild, you're going to see some really weird combos out there. So back to Luis, there's also the Monster Core book with the new sketch cover. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Well, Monster Core is our remastered take on our monsters from the bestiaries, and specifically the sketch cover. We have Wayne Reynolds doing our rule books. He's actually here at the booth this weekend, and he does all these amazing pieces. But along the way, he sends us a sketch version to see how it's going in progress. And we realize, hey, these are things people don't get to see normally.
Yeah.
Let's find a way to get those out there and make an exciting version of this book that really is a special item for people who are interested. So it's the same cover as the normal one, except, there's no color. And it's just his pencils, which looks incredible, right? And we have sketch covers of Monster Core, Player Core 2, which is just coming out. All our core books have those, and I think they look incredible all, next to each other. And then, of course, the monsters inside are all really great. We have, a bunch of updated classics, and we have new takes on old classics like our updated dragons, which are all just super fun as well.
So what's your favorite thing about the new updated dragons?
Well, they're very close to my heart. I'm the one that helped design them, and what I really like is just how distinct each of them plays on the table. They each have different ways of fighting and different new abilities to kind of showcase the array of things you can do in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. It's not just they fly in, they breathe some fire, and then they fly away. Some of them dig underground, some of them use illusions to try to confuse and confound. And then there's occasionally a dragon that flies in with hellfire. It's not just regular fire, it's hellfire. Hellfire that can even burn a fire elemental, right? It's just hotter than any fire you've ever experienced. So, even something as classic as a fire-breathing dragon still has a fun little twist with it.
That's scary. Ooh. Yeah, so is there anything else that you'd like us to bring up for the viewers?
Yeah, well, what we also announced during our keynote is we're going to be in May. So before our player core comes out for Starfinder, we're also going to be releasing a Galaxy Guide. So that's an exciting new release that we just announced. And that's going to be kind of a world setting guide that's going to have 6 new ancestries in it, a bunch of archetypes, a bunch of backgrounds. Really a book players and GMs can pick up before they get into Starfinder because, before the rules are fully out. Hey, so that's going to be a book we're going to have in May. We've also announced a fair number of other books. I think we just announced for Pathfinder Rival Academies, which is going to be a book that goes into different magical schools and presents some options there. I think you'll see some real fan favorite options that we managed to sneak into that book. So there's just a lot coming down the pipe. Certainly, we just play tested the Commander and the Guardians, so where those fit into the wider scheme. We're working towards that. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out in the next year that's really exciting.
So last question I have is last night I saw that you were awarded the Paizo Union was awarded the Diana Jones Award this year at Gen Con. So that's super awesome. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the United Paizo Workers is something that was a long time in the making in terms of even just like we announced our intent to unionize. The company, backed us fully, and that still takes a long time, but everyone worked together. A lot of hard work, a lot of great effort went into it. We have our stewards who are, helping everyone that's part of the union get all the information they need and get all the help they need. So they were there to receive this award, and it's just an incredible honor to both just even be, nominated in the first place, but to be recognized for all the great effort that was put into this. And we hope it's, the first of many. We'd love to see many more across the industry. We've made great strides in terms of helping the employees out. It's great to work with management. They're very. We collaborate really well. So it's just getting this opportunity to have the spotlight shown, specifically on our union, but on just the fact that, unions are an important thing, and I think it's really helpful for everyone across the board. So hopefully this inspires more people to work together and unionize and do better for each other in the future.
I personally love that a lot, especially having supportive management. When my grandfather was working in Oklahoma during the Dust Bowl,
Sure.
That there was not a lot of support, and that's how he ended up moving from Oklahoma to Maryland.
Okay.
And so wasn't entirely his choice, but so having that support from management and collaborating together, I think is great, and I hope the industry as it grows will adopt more unionization. So thanks so much, guys. I want to switch hands, shake your hands.
So much.
Thanks for your time. I appreciate. It's great to see you again.
Prize.
Yeah,
I look forward
you
to
too.
next year.
Yeah, I hope we can make it out next year too, and
Enjoy
we'll
the
see.
play test.
Yes.
We will.
We'll
We'll let you know.
goes. Stop by and tell us.
I will, definitely. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody.
All right.